So welcome back to another video here in Pennsylvania. And in our previous video, I just got done hiking another section of the Horseshoe Trail. I told you a little bit of history in that video of this area. And as we were finishing up that video, I looked down in the woods and I saw some interesting things that may have been related to the history of this area. And I came down here looking, and if you saw the video, at the end of the video, I saw some piles of rocks and stuff. I'll show that to you in a moment. And I was getting ready to wrap up that video and head out, but then I found something else just down there that kind of indicated what I was seeing here. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to do a little bit more exploring here. We're in French Creek State Park, I should mention, here in Berks County. Like I say, I was hiking the Horseshoe Trail here earlier today, and now I got distracted, so I'm going to make a separate video to kind of figure out a little bit what's going on here. So in that last video, the Horseshoe Trail went up that way, and I ended that section up at what's called Geigertown Road. But then from up there, I looked down the woods and I saw these like piles of stones, which are definitely man-made. It's not natural. Head on down that way, and then there's another pile over that way, which kind of looks like a road going through here, and because of what I found up there, I'm pretty sure it is. But before we get down there, I'm gonna explore up here just a little bit more. Tell you a little bit of what's going on here, maybe the history. I know I explained that a little bit in that last video on the Horseshoe Trail. So in the 1850s, this was an important route along what's referred to as the Underground Railroad. Back that way ways is Hopewell Furnace. A lot of escaped slaves worked there for a while. It's kind of ironic because Hopewell Furnace used to have the most slaves in Berks County. About 17 or 18 worked there back in the 1700s, but by the 1850s they were helping escaped slaves. And there was a village back here along what's called the Sixpenny Creek where a lot of the slaves, escaped slaves, stayed until they moved further on, maybe up to Canada or elsewhere. So along Sixpenny Creek, I've read there's supposed to be ruins and artifacts. And in fact, just up the road here is the oldest African-American cemetery here in Berks County. And that's because of this little village that was here. So there's some history in this area. Whoops. So with that history in mind, this to me looks like an old road coming down this way. Wasn't really planning on filming this today, but kind of got distracted. But yeah, they cleared the stone. And then up here is a little stream. I was getting ready to leave in the next video and then I saw this. So here's the stream, just a little tiny thing. And then it disappears. And then it comes out over there. So there's like a bridge here. Or I guess you would call it culvert. That takes the little stream under this. So this is like a bridge here for that road. That still stands. So that's interesting. So that's indeed what this was right here. This is an old bridge right here that I'm walking across. So what did it come over to? What's over here? That's the question. So I have no idea. But I'm just going to poke around up here a little bit since we're here. See if there's anything of interest up here. Back that way was our road and our stream crossing. Pretty wet in here. But there's a pile of stone right here, which in and of itself doesn't mean a terrible amount, but this is a man-made. It's not natural, so I mean it could be for different reasons. Those over there look, I'm not sure, those look like spruce trees over there. They look like they're planted, kind of in rows, so maybe all those stones may have been over there and someone just piled them up here. It's not necessarily a sign of a village, but we'll keep exploring. I want to see some interesting stuff down there too, but we're going to keep looking around. I have no idea if there's anything else back here to see or not, but you don't know unless you look. It's up that way was that pile of stones, but then down here there's a stone. There's a stone. There's a stone. 3 big moss-covered stones, which in a way doesn't mean a big deal, but you know, sometimes these could be foundation stones. Sometimes they would, you know, lay a beam across here. Then over there as well, that'd be like maybe the front of a building. It's kind of mushy down in here, so maybe these are foundation stones for the front of a building. It's possible. I mean, they're in a pretty straight line. Anyway, I feel like I'm kind of stretching things a little bit here, but just kind of trying to interpret what's going on back here. Maybe I'm just hoping that that's what they are. Alright, but I'm going to keep looking. I'm just going to make my way this way because I got to make my way back to the horseshoe trail anyway to hike back. But so let's just keep going this way. I think this is the way we need to go anyway to get back to where I parked. So we'll just keep our eyes open. Regardless of what else I find, I'm going to make a video of this. I was going to do more research before I came out here and explored this area, but once I found some of those things, it's kind of triggered my desire just to get out and explore. Speaking of which, there's another pile of stones out here. So I'll probably do that anyway at some point, do more research and come back out here again. Like I was planning on exploring along the whole length of the Sixpenny Creek through this area. I wasn't really planning on being out here today like this, but even up here is another pile of those stones. Definitely man-made. Not sure entirely what for. You know, sometimes, you know, they would pile stones up sometimes if there was like a field or pasture. They often did that. But since considering that there was that village back here, you know, this could still be associated with a village, even if it's not like a building or something. Or some cairn. Maybe there's people buried under here. But anyway, like I say, it could still be associated with that community. If they were growing crops back here, had, you know, pasture, they may have been the ones that stacked those stones up. So it's not, they're not insignificant finds, I would say, considering that that community was living out here. It very well may have been them. But check this out. It has nothing to do with the village, but this is my third sign of spring. That's skunk cabbage coming up. It's one of the first plants to come up. That's actually the flowers actually in there. But yeah, snow geese, grackles, and now skunk cabbage. Yeah, I've stumbled upon another feature here. Another row of stones. Clearly man-made here. More piles over there. Almost like another road going through here. I'll have to follow that a bit. Almost does look like a road going through here, an old road. But I see some, every now and then I'm seeing this, that looks interesting there too. I'm seeing some of this like orange surveyor's tape in some of the trees, as if they're marking things back here. That almost looks like a tombstone right there. I don't think it's what it is, but I'm just saying it sticks out of the ground there. See, there's another piece of surveyor's tape. It could just be a hunter marking a place where he comes out here. But interesting. It also could have been a house here too. Maybe this is the ruins of the fireplace. To be honest, we are just down from where there is an old cemetery up there. I think I mentioned that in the video, maybe I didn't, but the oldest African American cemetery is up along the road up there. We're just down from that, so yeah, so here's more piles of rock. You know, they're in those straight lines. I'm just kind of wandering around an older place in here. Whoops. Alright, I think I'm gonna turn around. Alright. Go this way. I'm just seeing more and more of this orange surveyor's tape. Where'd it go? Alright, here's one in this branch right here. And there's another one. A few more pieces up here. Not so sure about it being a trail that someone's following anymore, because they seem to be scattered around in here. Like they're marking things, like is this something right here? Almost like a circular feature made of stone. So, I don't know. So right up here is the horseshoe trail, I believe. I was hiking on earlier today. It's a trip over something. Alright, yeah, I went up this way. Alright, so... Alright, I guess I have to tear myself away. I'm gonna keep looking. There was one feature that I showed in the last video. That was kind of interesting too. Might show that in this video too, but I'm gonna keep my eyes open quite a bit more as I scan from side to side, looking for things back here. Alright. I mean, even right next to the trail here, this almost looks like a little, somewhat like a cellar hole, almost. Like it almost was a wall here. Not sure. Alright. And then up ahead here where the Sixpenny Trail joins our horseshoe trail. I showed this in the previous video. Caught my eye. We're still in that, a little bit further away from where I was originally, but there's this. You know, that's definitely man-made. Like I said, it's about 6 feet across. Almost looks like an old well or something. So, and that our creek is down there somewhere. Seen a ton more of that orange surveyor's tape too. Almost like it's marking off the boundary to something. Alright. So just a few more thoughts about this village. I'm actually on my way back. I already filmed the outro to this video back there a little ways, but as I was walking back, my mind was kind of thinking a little bit. I know if you go to the state park website, they do have a little mention about what happened back here, but I really feel like there should be more known about these places like this. There's a whole story to this with the lives of these people and stuff. I feel like there should be a trail back here, if there indeed are some of the things like we found back there, even that old culvert and stuff, like if that has anything to do with the village, of course. Maybe the village is a little bit further down, but there should be a trail with like a little, you know, signposts and stuff talking about the village and the people and their story back here. I feel like it's just another instance where the state park is dropping the ball a little bit. I know some people would complain that that's just going to attract people to this area that are going to, you know, come back here with metal detectors and loot the area looking for stuff, but people could do that anyway. You know, maybe people already have, but I just feel like there should be more out here places like this. Anyway, just some thoughts. But I think that'll be it for this video. I wasn't even planning on making this video, but we did see a couple of neat things. That culvert that I initially showed you back at the beginning really caught my eye, and that's kind of what got me making this video here. But definitely, you know, lots of piles of stones and stuff. But like I said, those piles are man-made, and there was a village back here, you know, that dealt with the Underground Railroad, the Sixpenny community. So more than likely, those piles, like I said, were made by them. So that makes them significant. It ties them to the community that was back here, probably in some way or another. Maybe not, but I would assume so. But who knows what else is back here? Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this today necessarily, so I didn't really get as much research as I wanted to do for it. But hey, if you know more about what's back here, you want to let me know. I would like to come back someday and explore a little bit more. But anyway. Alright folks, but I think that'll be it. I've got a bit of a hike back to where I parked. But as always folks, thanks for coming along, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.